It's me, Brigette, Love Steady Life, and I'm here on the live to talk a little bit more about the light codes that I brought through earlier. I promised a part 2 video, and that's what I'm here to offer. It feels like this video is going to be fairly efficient. It may be very quick. I know the last video that I posted was almost an hour, and that was really the meat of the light codes. What I have is the closing sequence of the light codes to assist you in actually tuning your energy fields. Now that I kind of, in the previous video in part 1, now that I've reminded you in that video, the facts and figures about your energy field, your frequency, and how the universe is listening to the frequency that you are emitting and aligning you with timelines that resonate to the same frequency. And as you tune the dial of your frequency, of your energy field, the universe is listening and shifting timelines to continue to stay in resonance with you. And so what I want to offer you in this video are some more specific words and key codes to assist you in understanding what it really means to tune your frequency and how super easy it really is. And we'll know that this is divine truth, because when I say it to you, it's going to feel like I'm reminding you of something that you already know. It's going to feel like you already knew that. Oops, I'm trying to wave at everybody. It's going to be worth it. Oh, yes, I got the wave. Wave. Fucking love you guys. Hey, come on in. Thanks for being here. Again, we're here on the live. What is this, a Saturday of Instagram? Apparently so. I'm so happy that we could all just reconnect in this moment together. I wasn't sure if anyone would be here. I know it's a random ass time, but we're here. So yay for us. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I'm going to get into the message some more. Okay. Let me play with my hair a little bit, and then we'll get into the message. If I gotta stare at myself, and feel like I'm looking in a mirror, then let me make sure I like what I'm looking at. Make sure my OCD and my human is fully satisfied, so then I can just focus on the message. Life is about co-creation between human and spirit, so we navigate. I navigate, people. And now look, my hair looks freaking awesome. My OCD is satisfied. And we can get into the fucking light codes. So as I just reminded you just now, and as the last video was just going into, we're talking about this frequency, this energy frequency that's coming off of your body that has a numerical value, that literally is the beacon that calls upon the timeline that you are aligning with you. And this is a form of attraction or manifestation. This is mathematical, and math is the language of the divine, of the universe. So, of course, we don't have to know the math to understand it, thank God. Thank universe. So, sit for a moment. And let's get into now tuning your frequency. We want to consciously tune our frequency, in my belief. We want to tune our frequency so that we can choose what timelines we align with. For a while, for about the past 6 to maybe 8 months, most of my teachings have been about not trying to visualize specifically what you want to happen, because most people were rooted in a fear vibration. And so I didn't want them to visualize what they wanted from that fear vibration, because I knew it was much smaller than what the universe wanted for them. For a while, everyone didn't think what the universe wanted for them was even possible, but a shift has happened. And many people are actually capable now of tuning their own vibration to make it big enough and resonant in a manner that truly aligns them with their highest vibrational reality of the alignment with their heart chakra center, of fifth dimensional life purpose resonance. It's challenging in these teachings because as I share the light codes, it's hard for some to distinguish between what they want for themselves and what they want for others. And sometimes people will want to bypass the work they need to do on themselves and just try and change others and change the things around them, but never look inward at themselves and change those things. And so that kind of stuff can come up with these teachings. Because what I'm going to ask you is, what do you want? What I'm going to ask you, I wrote these things down before I went live. I want to ask you now. I'm getting into the teaching, so please focus and take notes. If you need, my loves, take your deep breath. We're getting into it. What do you want? What do you want to do? What kind of things? What do you want your environments to look like? What kind of things do you want to see yourself doing? Because a lot of the visions that popped up in your mind in my first few questions were things you want for other people. And I'm not saying it's wrong or not beautiful. But what kind of things do you want to see yourself doing? You only have power over your timelines. So fantasizing about other people and other things that don't even have you in the picture is literal fantasizing and utilizing your imagination in a way that does not do anything direct to your energy field at all. And there are ways that we can utilize our imagination and our life force energy to where it actually can benefit our lives and increase our well-being. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I do this kind of work. So take a deep breath. The first thing I do is acknowledge that the best thing I can do is have full sovereignty over myself, control and consciousness over my thoughts and what I'm doing, so I can make sure that I'm being a good person in my immediate life, making sure I'm contributing to high vibrations. The next set of questions I have for you is, what is best case scenario? Put it in your mind. Set it clearly. That which your heart desires, you deserve it. So acclimate yourself to the vibration of it. Feel it clearly and let it guide you. I'm going to share with you the whole light code again, okay, my loves? Take a deep breath. What do you want? What do you want to do? What kinds of things? What do you want your environments to look like? What kinds of things do you want to see yourself doing? What is best case scenario? Put it in your mind. Set it clearly. That which your heart desires, you deserve that. So acclimate yourself to the vibration of it. Feel it clearly and let it guide you. There's much change that many want to see in the world, and I'm not saying you do not have power or control to change things out in the world, but in order to pass through the portal where you can make change upon the world, the first test, you could say, or the first doorway, is to make change upon the self. To understand how to be the alchemist, we experiment on the self. And it's through the experimentation and the exploration of our own spiritual and energetic self that we access the potentiality of existing as a high vibrational being and being able to seed high vibrational energies on the physical plane to assist in raising the vibration of Earth for all. How can I be a powerful being and make change out in the world? I need to make sure my power is first within myself. I need to make sure first my power is within myself and I am in full sovereignty over my vibration and the energies that I am emitting outward. Every fear I have and thing I'm worried about doing, every image I'm holding in my mind, in my quantum mind, in my awareness, that everything that I'm utilizing my imagination to visualize is actually actively emitting a vibration into the universe. Now, we live in a compassionate universe. So it doesn't matter how strongly, for instance, you visualize like zombies or something. I'm not saying you're definitely going to manifest that. There are some timelines that just aren't. And so, yeah, some things are just a waste of imagination energy. Other times, the universe will say, well, sir, we don't have that in stock, but I do have this. So this is why a lot of us often talk about fear and how that is just such a negative thing to stay rooted into if you're not in immediate danger. Because it is a limited energy field and a limited vibration. You're not able to sense expansiveness. So we're talking here about being self-aware of the energy you're giving off. Being able to tune your vibration, choosing your thoughts, and being conscious of your emotions in the way that you are behaving. Being accountable for your own behavior, emotions, and thoughts, and being responsible with the way that you move about reality. That is what being a sovereign spiritual being is. Choosing your vibration and not making the quality of your vibration be determinant upon external qualities or components. The quality of my vibration is not dependent upon any external factors because I am a sovereign being. I source my energy from within. Because I am a sovereign being, I source my energy from within. Because I am a sovereign being, I tune my frequency. I choose. And so now is the time to dream a big dream, my loves. And that is the light code I have for you. I'm hearing the words survivor's guilt. Like people are feeling hesitant or guilty to visualize best case scenario and what they want and the kinds of things that they want to do and the kind of environments that they want to be in and the kind of things they want to see themselves doing. They're afraid to dream like that because they feel guilty. So that's like, how can I not sound judgmental when I say that? That's, I can't, I'm sorry, it's stupid. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that, baby. Stop that. You want to make the world a better place? Make your world a better place. Make the quality of your vibration better. You want to make the world a better place? Okay, what things are you gonna do to do that? Not so much of a big deal anymore. It's more about making small steps and choices. So what these light codes are about today is tuning your frequency. And what I'm sharing with you now is that the key to tuning your frequency is your imagination and your ability to visualize. Fear traps the mind in a lower vibrational geometry and construct so that it does not feel comfortable to utilize the imagination in a way that would bring the body out of fear. Almost like a parasite that would want to keep on perpetuating or keep on like reproducing and infecting more people and infecting more people. That is how fear is. And so it has natural defense mechanisms built in. As fear's survival is challenged from within you, its survival mechanisms may activate. As fear is challenged within you, its survival mechanisms may activate, but you are a sovereign being, so you get to choose who lives here. So that means any demons that are hitching a ride, as soon as you become aware of them, you rebuke them. And a beautiful light code that I'll tangent with that wasn't originally part of this reading that I'm giving you now. Because we used to have to do a really big thing with rebuking, and that still might be necessary for big, dark, strong energies, saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you, and in my name, I rebuke you. But if it's not like a big, big time energy, because there's a lot of like wimpy, demonic energies coming up and around that you're realizing are attached to your fields, you can literally just be like, sense its energy and be like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because a lot of these demonic energies that are coming up in people's fields right now are super insecure. They feed on insecurity because they are insecure. So all you really need to do is when you're feeling a demonic energy come up in your field, whether it resonates as anxiety or whatever energy that feels like a disturbance in your psychic fields or an attack. Yes, a lot of us are feeling attacks from the external, but we're also feeling a lot of attacks from our internal, from our multidimensional portal. Demons come in from other timelines as they collapse. Isn't that crazy? But also from the external. But it's multidimensional, so external, internal, what came first, chicken, egg? Doesn't matter. What's important is that it's here now, so what am I going to do with it? If it's big and strong, you rebuke it in the name of Jesus and in your name, of course. But lately, it's been pretty empowering to be like this. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, no. I don't like that. It's very like a you can't sit with us kind of energy. Because a lot of these demons, they're really insecure. They want to be accepted. They want to feel cool. And so you're just like, yeah, no, you're not like accepted here. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. No, that's not going to work. You just like rescind its invitation. And that's the energy that I've used lately in my most recent psychic attacks, and it's been really empowering. It's been really awesome. It's felt really like a cool kid. So I hope that can help, that little tangent light code. In terms of tuning your energy, your imagination is the dial, okay? You know you're in a fucked up hell vibration if when you try and find solutions, you're like, there's no way out. Because you got to remember, you got to look around your surroundings. Are you safe? If not, get safe first, right? Get safe. And then, okay, am I safe? Yeah. Then let's face these demons who are trying to convince me I'm not. So you start to acknowledge when you've got the blockages, when you're in a lower vibration because of any potential energies or entities in your fields, and you face them. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not going to work anymore. I don't like that. I don't know if this thing has always been in my field, has always been functioning in my mind. I don't know if I've always had this thought pattern, if I'm just coming to realize it, but yeah, that doesn't work for me. And poof, it's done. And that's shadow work, baby. It doesn't always have to like suck you dry. It can literally be a quick transmutation. So, okay. Talk a little more on accountability. Great, that was nice. And I'm going to say it again. The dial of your frequency is your imagination. So what we need to make sure is that we are utilizing the satellite projector of our mind. We are in full control of it so that we are controlling what emissions it's giving off, what vibratory emissions and frequencies this mind satellite and this body frequency is giving off. So we don't always have 100% control over it because maybe we're not always 100% la la la. We gotta trust it's all divine, door fucking best, right? So here's what the message is that Spirit has for me for us. Spirit wants us to ask ourselves, the divine wants us to ask ourselves, what do you want? What do you want to do? What kind of things? Don't worry about what's on the external right now. What do you want to do? What do you want your environments to look like? Use your imagination. What kind of things do you want to see yourself doing? Like best case scenario. What do you want to see yourself doing next month, 2 months from now? Don't think about the state of anything in the world. What do you want to do? We're not talking. Okay, let me keep going. What is best case scenario? You need to put it in your mind and set it clear. That which your heart desires, you deserve that. So acclimate yourself to the vibration of it. Feel it clearly and let it guide you. It is tricky when the external world apparently is so loud with so much going on, to not allow it to affect you, to lower your vibration, but instead to keep your vibration high, be able to look it in the eyes, but keep your vibration high and emanate positive energy. Yes, it is a revolutionary feat to be surrounded by unconscious beings in pain. And face it with them. Face their pain. Face it. Feel it. But also acknowledge that you've got the power. I heard it in my head. I've got the power. We've all got the power. You've got the power. In fear, the imagination feels like this big, though. So those of you who can get access to the imagination, do that. When you start to visualize, well, what do I want to do? What is best case scenario? What do you want to do? What kind of things do you want to do? I actually mean, like, what things do you see yourself doing that sound good right now? Is it like gardening? Making a dance? You really miss plumbing? You really miss wallpapering? Do you really miss being a crossing guard? Do you really miss doing the customer service or whatever you do? Do you really miss making coffee? What is it that you want to be doing right now? Everyone has a thing, a vibration that they're in when they're in their happy place. So that happy place is your heaven on earth, and it's your job to manifest that into being for you, so that other people can start to manifest that into being for themselves. The transmutation of the dark has to occur for all, so you can't deny it and you can't ignore it. In this process, as you face what do you want to do, what kinds of things, what kind of environments do you want to live in, you will have to face every single demon that stands in the way of your sovereignty. So I'm not going to pretend it's not like a revolutionary feat, which is why I keep saying that. But every single demon that stands in the way of your sovereignty is going to come up and to distort your energy and affect you in a psychic attack every time you start to raise your vibration to the next level, because at that next level they cannot affect you, and so as you exit they grab on tighter. So take a deep breath and keep that in mind. This is spiritual warfare within and throughout. It's okay if you're scared or you feel guilty using your imagination to visualize what you wish you were doing right now. What do I want to be doing in 2 months? Just for a second. Forget about all the shit that's going on right now. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all the things going on out there. And like sit with yourself on the inside. What do I want to be doing 2 months from now? What do I want to be doing 2 months from now? And just visualize it. It's not your job to make sense of it all. We're co-creating this. It's your job to open up the portal to it. You will learn over time how to better tune your ability to tune your frequency. Over time, you will get better and better at tuning and adjusting your usage of your imagination in order to affect what you would like in your life, in order to manifest the timeline that you so desire. But we've got to start somewhere. I know it's very loud in the psychic field. I'm not trying to have you deny that. Everyone is dealing with a lot in a lot of different ways, on a lot of different dimensions. We are a multidimensional being. But amidst that, I hope to inspire you to tune your frequency, activate your imagination, be a sovereign being. Just because you feel guilty imagining best case scenario, that's not a bad thing. That's just programming that doesn't want you to find the solutions. The programming doesn't want you to find the solutions. The programming wants you to stay asleep, because the programming wants hell on earth to be existent for as long as possible. Whatever, old news, right? We're like always talking about that. I'm trying to keep this video with the fresh light codes. So yeah, what do you want? What do you want to do? What kinds of things? What do you want your environments to look like? What kind of things do you want to see yourself doing? What is best case scenario? Put it in your mind. Set it clear. That which your heart desires, you deserve that. So acclimate yourself to the vibration of it. Feel it clearly and let it guide you. There's a juicy center in here that many are hesitant to access because it holds such a potent truth that it would require a lot of tears to integrate it. So cry, baby, cry. Give yourself the time and space to cry. New ideas are birthing from within you. Every time you use your powers for good, aka you use your imagination to visualize a heaven on earth timeline instead of using your imagination to perpetuate fear timelines the way most people are currently being brainwashed by the dark to do. Every single person who watches news media is currently being taken over by the dark to do black magic, to utilize their imagination, to visualize apocalyptic timelines, because the media/dark is hoping that everyone will be able to manifest those timelines. And it is ridiculous, and it's just a waste of your fucking energy. Some people need to waste their energy in that way and exhaust themselves to wake up from being a puppet. But if you're here in this video, you really don't need to do that. What do you want? What do you want to do? Instead of using your imagination to visualize the bad things that might happen that other people are trying to scare you about, I want you to know that you were born with a seed to heaven inside of you. And your soul is a blossom to heaven on earth. And so, there is an inward dive required to uncover this hidden seed and to start to feed it and fan it into a flame, and to let this flame grow so that you can become spiritually awakened, and so that you can truly utilize your imagination as a tool to tune your frequency, so that you can truly start to live a sovereign spiritual life, because you are participating and communicating with the universe in every moment. So that you are one on the cutting edge of manifestation, existing in a thrilling life, feeling the different currents of the universe and options of where you can go. But it's also a feeling of like a free fall upwards or flying, because you unlock your imagination. You realize that if I can dream it, I can do it actually, literally. And there's just a lot of fear around using the imagination, because again, people feel guilty. Because they think that, oh, if I use my imagination to visualize best case scenario, I'm escaping. But if you come back to earth and you remember of the vibration, if you come back to earth and you remember the vibration of the best case scenario that you imagined, and then you emit that vibration as you walk through the physical plane present in your body, that's how we seed heaven on earth. We visit higher vibrational planes, and we activate them with our imagination through astral travel. We re-educate ourselves. We remind and re-energize our energy field to those vibrations that we often get communicated to us through our imagination as directed by our own mind and intention of saying, what do I want? What do I want to do? What kind of things? What do I want my environments to look like? What kind of things do I want to see myself doing in 2 days, in 2 months? What is best case scenario? I got to put it in my mind and set it clear. That which my heart desires, I deserve that. And so I acclimate myself to the vibration of it. I feel it clearly and I let it guide me. I trust that once I tap into something, I now speak its language. I can change my mind at any time. Oh, you know what? I just used my imagination last night. I had this one vibration vision. And now, I'm walking through life and I'm emanating this vibration. But then I learned this other thing and I realized that, I can go way bigger. I can go way bigger. I can go way bigger. So we never get to be stagnant. We never get to escape. But there's much work that can be done on the physical plane through seeding fifth dimension in through our physical body by opening portals with our imagination. We got to get sovereign, everybody. We got to take control of our minds. And when you let your brain go into this low vibrational, malleable state, and then you plug into the media, or you plug into some kind of programming, and then you let them take your imagination on a ride, you're allowing your powers to get hijacked. And you're allowing your vibration to be affected by external sources. You're allowing other sources to tune you. I would never trust an external source to tune me. Not even Jesus Christ himself if he came up to me. I take that back. I would feel it. If it was legit Jesus Christ, I would probably humble myself real fucking quick. You know what I mean? Damn it. I gotta be careful when I call upon these higher ascended beings because now they come and visit me. They're like, yes, goddess. They're like, yes, goddess. And I'm like, I'm honored and I love you. It is an honor to have an imagination. Understand that the vibration and emotion that you are using to traverse the tool of the imagination is super important. Remember, if you're in fear and then you try and manifest and use your imagination from that state, do you think it will be high vibrational? Do you think it's going to feel good if it came out of fear? No, baby. No. First, you got to take deep breaths and feel better. First, you got to get in bed and cry, and wash your face, and drink some water or some tea or some coffee, and get yourself back in yourself. Remove the programming or the attachments to programming and the need to keep receiving external noise to inform you on how you should be. Your soul knows how you should be. We need to be quiet enough to listen to ensure our soul is embodied. Hey, kitty, you want to sit with me? Because as soon as our human starts behaving in ways that is not in alignment with soul, the human can keep doing it for as long as the universe allows, of course. The human can keep doing it, but soul's like, sayonara. Soul's like, oh, you're on that tip? Yeah, I'm not here for that. Soul's like, I get it, you're an experiential being. I get it. You're an experiential being. You want to feel things. That's great, but I don't have to be here for that. Soul, high vibrating soul's got great boundaries, So, my loves, feels great to get those light codes out. Light codes part 2, tuning your energy frequency. And now you know how. If you want to tune your frequency to manifest a timeline, you've got to try and visualize best case scenario. If you've got a feeling or an inkling of something that you want to manifest, then you cannot be afraid to visualize it. You can't be afraid to face the demon of fear that everyone has to face when they start to utilize their imagination to manifest their heartfelt dreams and desires in a high vibrational way. Because the demon of fear will come up. because you are exiting the realm in which it has power and it can affect you. So as you exit and enter the high vibrational planes to create your 5D things, of course you will be challenged. It's okay. Fear can be transcended, and we're going to keep going into this. Fear can hijack your mind at any point when you are trying to tune your energy field with your imagination. So you're visualizing, you're feeling good, you're feeling empowered, right? And then all of a sudden a fear can pop in. Oof. Spirit says friends, family, people who do not believe in you or who have a lot of demonic attachments, be very careful sharing that which you're visualizing in your imagination with them, because they will try their best to poison you. If they can sense that they are not able to resonate at the high frequency that you are bringing through, they will, on a subconscious or demonic subconscious level, try to sabotage you to keep you with them. But because they're in a lower vibration, they just can't sense those higher timelines where they are with you. So they go into fear. But I'm here and you're in this reading with me, so that's probably not going to be you, right? You're going to start your visualizing la 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 and the fear comes up. What we don't do is we don't jump on the fear like a surfboard because it has a motor and it will take you down. I don't know if that was the best analogy, but I'm just flowing. When the fear comes on, you don't want to ride it because it's going to make you spiral. You face it. You have to look at it face on. And you say, I hear you and I see you, but I don't like you. And you have no merit. Sometimes it does have merit. So you check the idea. You know what? The idea is good, but it does require that I stand on top of a car and surf while the car's going 80. So maybe the fear that came up in having me manifest that idea is valid. You know, there's a time and place where fear is appropriate. You know, I want to do this idea, but it's asking me to balance on a tightrope, and I don't have any tightrope training. Like, yeah, the fear that's going to come up is valid. For instance, for example. So yeah, we don't banish fear because it has a time and place and can protect us. But fear has also been hijacked by demonic entities who can project other energies that feel just like fear. And will use that to hijack your mind and hijack your energy and hijack your focus when you're visualizing, with hopes that you'll go from visualizing best case scenario to then suddenly visualizing worst case scenario. Perfect example that's coming into mind, and I've seen like a lot of memes about it. It's that like thing where, have you ever seen, it's like a meme of like a cartoon girl like crying, and the guy boyfriend's like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, I was like visualizing, I was imagining like worst case scenario with you and I hurt my own feelings. Something like that. It's like, or like when someone's like mad at someone because they imagine them saying something but they didn't even say anything. Yeah. You agree? I'm so glad. Fear can hijack anything. There's a time and place. When fear comes in, always face it, because it might be telling you you're not walking too close to the fire. You're walking into it and you're going to get burned in a way that you can't survive. So we face it. And we look at the facts and figures. Pay attention to reality, facts and figures. We listen to spirit, we visualize best case scenario, but we never leave the facts and figures of the earth plane. What do I want to do best case scenario? Am I going to try and visualize me in 2 months when I was saying that thing? Am I going to try and visualize myself levitating, eating lactose-free ice cream in the sky with sexy shirtless man with wings holding each ass cheek? No. Because that's not fucking realistic, and that's not grounded in this reality. So that is not me using my imagination in a sovereign way to manifest heaven on earth. If you need to go all the way out there and visualize yourself floating in the sky, eating lactose-free ice cream, held up by beautiful beings, so that you can feel better, that's great. Like, if you're not using that as a way to dissociate and you just want to feel something amazing, so you want to have fun with your imagination, that's great. That can actually help you as a practice, and then you can start to make your visualizations more and more and more realistic. And if you need to work down from there, that's fine. For me today, it was just like being able to say, you know what? I really like where I'm living in Miami. I love the restaurants I'm around. I love the trees in my neighborhood. I like the area. It's affordable. I like my apartment. I dig it. But I really want to live on Miami Beach. I really want a little more space for me and my cat. And I really want to be able to walk to the beach, because I want to start doing meditations on the beach with other people. And so as soon as I could just face, like, what do I want? What do I want to do? What kind of things do I want to do? What do I want my environment to look like? What kind of things do I want to see myself doing? And that's where my mind took myself. So it wasn't super big and revolutionary necessarily. But it was just like, you know what? I realized I was scared of thinking that I was capable of moving into a bigger place or to Miami Beach. Didn't think that I deserved it. Didn't think that I deserved my heartfelt dreams and desires, but I do. And as soon as I started putting those visuals of me in that area that I want to move into more clear in my mind, and facing the part of me that said, you don't deserve that, and saying, actually, I do. This is very realistic and capable. This is definitely possible for me. And facing the fears that came up and being like, actually, no, yeah, I can do this still. It's still possible. That's me acclimating myself to the vibration, tapping into the vibration, facing reality, facing the fears, and attuning. And so I start to feel that vibration of me in that apartment, in that area, much more clearly. And then I just believe it. And then instead of holding on to it and saying it needs to look this way, it needs to look that way, I've got time. My lease isn't up for a couple more months. So I'm just now open. And now I feel like, because I've kind of visualized myself in that environment and I have a sense of what that's going to feel like, and that's there, I've opened myself up to that field of potential. I've tuned my vibration in a way that can align me with that reality, because now I have a better sense of what it feels like. And it feels a lot more possible. And at least it's not going to sneak up on me, or at least I don't miss it because I'd never even considered it before. So that's my example, and how I took these light codes for myself before going live. I took these light codes for myself earlier today, and that's where I got that's where I realized what I want to do next for myself in my life and where I want to go. What I'm going to be manifesting for myself, and I'm grateful. I'm really excited. I grew up on the beach. I grew up in a little beach town. I grew up in the waves, praying for God to turn me into a mermaid. And I'm really looking forward to reconnecting with that specific energy. So thank you, universe, and thank you, spirit, for reminding me of where I came from, for reminding me of who I am and what I am. And I'm so grateful that I can have these moments to be able to activate these portals for myself that fill me with a feeling like I have access to a realm of infinite possibility. But I'm also grateful that I'm able to put words to these things so that I can share with you guys. And I hope that this sharing of light codes today could help remind you of that infinite realm of possibilities that you have access to through your imagination. You may hit roadblocks as you access your imagination. You may hit roadblocks. They're demons. They're fear. You have to face them. Sometimes it's reality. You have to face that too. It's the human experience, baby. Experience it. Be in it. And also be really nice to yourself, please. You really can't do much if your battery's empty. So it doesn't matter how much everyone's guilt-tripping you to do this, that, and the other. They can't feel your energy. They don't know what you're going through. It's up to you to represent yourself and look out for yourself and make sure that you are protecting you, your baby, which is you and your heart and soul and body and mind. You take care of this. And that's how we stay on top of things. Take a deep breath. Closing up. Closing up the message, darlings. I'm seeing I got some comments here. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love you so much. I did channel some light codes earlier today, part 1. It's on my IGTV, on my Instagram page. And I'm going to post it on my YouTube at some point in this near future, probably tomorrow. And this is part 2. And oof, my energy is closing out very quickly. So I had just enough energy to get all those light codes out for you. This was nice. I'm just going to read this to you one more time, just, for good luck, okay? So you want to tune your energy fields? What do you want? What do you want to do? Pause. I love being psychic. Someone in the now moment or the future now who's watching this recording just sent a very strong visualization. When I say, what do you want to do? I don't mean, what do you want to do to other people? Estúpido, estúpida. That is the fucking opposite. This is not about you affecting others. This is internal. And I say estúpido, estúpida with love. Because I love you. And I guess I grew up with some tough love. What do you want to do with you? With you. Not to other people. With you. You cannot depend on anyone. You can't visualize. You cannot align with the true vibration of a timeline if your visualization requires someone else to do something too. It's like, oh, it's great. All that has to happen is I'm going to do this, but then he would have to do that and she would have to do that and then it will manifest. No. You have this much power over what other people do. And if you think you have control of what other people do, you're still functioning in the lower vibrational plane. It's bullshit. Free will, baby. Sovereign beings, baby. That means you gotta want the people you love and the people in your life and the people in the world, you gotta want them to be sovereign too. So the only way these light codes work, what do you want? What do you want to do? What kinds of things? It's not what you want to do dependent on what other people do. It's not what do I want to do if they do that. That's not what I'm saying. Every single one of those things that come in, that try and make it about other people, those are the demons that you need to face. So, remember, these are light codes for you and for your actions and for your reality. And it's beautiful that you want to hope things for other people and you want other people to have amazing things for their lives. It's really great. But also understand that you really can only use your magic for yourself. And the high vibrational planes may be different. But right now, and in these light codes, this is about you tuning your energy frequency. And we want to be sovereign, which means nothing on the outside can be something that we are dependent on in order to tune our frequency. We become sovereign so that it doesn't matter the environment. We are able to utilize our imagination to access a library of images and information, aka timelines, in order to retune and adjust our frequency so that we are interacting with reality in a way that is in alignment with the frequency we so desire, and that is being a sovereign being. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love in the comments, and thank you for the hearts. If this helped, maybe share it. No pressure. Definitely check my website in the next couple days. We're going to be putting up a new Monday night meditation. If you want to sign up for Thursday guided meditation, that is happening. That's already up on my website on Zoom. And if you want to book a reading with me, I've got some slots open. And that's it. Those are the things. And I'll probably be back in a couple days for an energy report. Also, we'll do a reading with some cards. So you'll get all the things. Just integrate these energies. You are a sun, and everyone else are sons too. So the way that I want you to be sovereign, I want everyone else to be sovereign too. I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Have a beautiful night, have a beautiful night, have a beautiful night. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.